Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me on this Monday. You already know it's time we kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. Success only comes to those who dare to attempt. This is just a reminder. Dreams are worth pursuing and chances are worth taking. How do you know what you can accomplish if you never set out to try? A lot of people psych themselves out and allow for fear to dominate their actions. But I truly believe you can do all things you set your mind to accomplish. It just takes faith, persistence, and dedication. And as the saying goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Now on to the show. Did you know that Clean Eatz is a local healthy restaurant that offers dine-in, takeout, and frozen meal plans? They are the best kept secret in town and are super affordable. So I'm taking you inside of Clean Eatz and checking out their newly refreshed menu items. Then it's Money Monday, and I chat with Foster Financial about how to lock in attractive interest rates and make your money work for you. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Clean Eatz. Imagine combining healthy eating, delicious food, and thousands of options. Well, I'm at Clean Eatz where you can get just that. And joining me is Mike Burnett, who is the owner. Hello.
Thank you for coming back.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we're excited to have you as always.
Yes, well, I know that there's so much happening right now. You have a new menu and so much more.
Yeah, we're excited to talk to you about it. We actually changed about half the menu. So a lot of the old favorites, they're still going to be there, but we brought in a bunch of new items that we think people are going to be really excited about.
Okay, so where should we start? Because, well, first, people need to understand that the reason that you all are so healthy is because you serve fresh food and you take out those 4 top ingredients. You want to name them?
Yeah, so we don't cook with salt, sugar, butter, or oil.
Yeah.
And in fact, we don't have those ingredients in the kitchen. And so that stuff won't make its way into your food, nor do we add even worse stuff. Somebody said, well, do you add preservatives? No, we don't add any of that garbage. So it's just like, broccoli and grilled chicken and kale and quinoa and, stuff that's healthy. And then we have a way of making it taste good. So, some of that's the secret sauce. Some of that's just good cooking. Yeah. But we're excited to share that with Fort Wayne.
Well, I'm excited to be back to be able to taste some of these new options. And of course, I'm going to let y'all know what it tastes like because last time it was so good. Yeah. So talk to me about the refresher. So, of course, one of your options is people can walk in and get a fresh meal. What's new?
Yeah, so on that cafe menu, first off, we have some new ingredients for bowls. So there's a gluten-free breaded chicken option. There's also a turkey burnt end. So think sort of like a smoked turkey. Okay. And that's really good. People are gonna love that. We added some new vegetables, a new sugar-free barbecue sauce. Okay. And edamame is an example, and this great root blend of sweet potatoes and kale and quinoa. There's just a whole bunch of great new stuff that you can make whatever you want your bowl to look like. And so that's where a lot of people start when they first come here for the first time. And so we just refresh those bowl options. Yeah. So that's one place. And then when you look at the rest of the menu, really half of it's changed and is new. So there's a new flatbread. It's a Cuban. So we did a Cuban last summer as a special, and everybody asked for us to bring that back. So we've added that permanently to the menu. Okay. There's a Southwest bison wrap, which, in the couple days that we've had the new menu out, that has been a huge hit. Okay. And then there's also a new burger, a barbecue Swiss burger, amongst a bunch of other stuff. And we'll talk more about that. But those are some of the new things that we're going to highlight, I think, here today. So we're excited. Yeah.
And also you offer drinks, so people can come in and get a fresh smoothie. So tell me about that. And I know I have one right here.
Yeah, so we have actually 2 sizes. That's a regular. We also have a large. And so before we just offered one size, so people were asking for a bigger one, so we do that now. That is actually a raspberry lemonade. So it's great for summer. It's got 25 grams of protein. The large has got over 40. Wow. And so, you can really do a bunch of different flavors. And we also have protein coffees. I don't know if we talked about that before, but those are fun. There's a mocha, there's a vanilla. We have a triple espresso one that's got even extra caffeine. Right. So you can get your coffee and your protein at the same time.
Right. This is really good. I love the tartness of the lemonade with that raspberry flavor, so delicious. And so in addition to the fresh items, of course you have the traditional meal prep items. So people can come in, the meals are ready, you have them fresh and frozen.
Yeah, you know, I always tell people we do three things, and so we hit the cafe, and we do catering through that cafe as well. So, you know, if you ever have an event, we can do catering through the cafe. But the other two things that you referred to are fresh meal plans and frozen grab-and-go meals. And basically, those are containers of pre-made meals that are either refrigerated in the case of the fresh meal plans or frozen in the case of the grab-and-goes. And you know, those are a really inexpensive way to have some meals on the ready to go so that you don't have to think about how to cook fresh and healthy. You know, we've done it for you. You can just pop them in your fridge or your freezer. You reheat them when you're ready to eat because they're already cooked, so you just got to heat it up. And you know, that's a really healthy option. In addition, we have salads during the summer. And so those are delicious too. And you know, I saw them making the one this weekend that had the strawberries and the kale, and it just, I mean, it just looks great for summer. They're really fresh and healthy, and you know, those are great options too.
They are, and I'll tell you, Mike, I was recently speaking to someone who was considering doing meal prep, but they're like, oh, meal prep is always so expensive to get them. And I was like, have you heard of Clean Eatz? I was like, you can buy it in bulk and get it for less than $7 a piece, which is incredible.
Yeah, if you order the fresh meal plans, you can get them as low as $6.70 a meal. And you know, it's hard to eat at a fast food restaurant for that price. So imagine you're gonna get a healthy meal, you know, 25 to 30 plus grams of protein per meal, and you know what's in it. Like if the label says chicken, broccoli, kale, and quinoa, that's the four things that are in it.
I love that. Okay, so before we do our tasting, we have to talk about the breakfast items, because I was blown away when you came into studio and we talked about the sausage biscuit sandwiches and stuff like that. So yummy, and people can pick those up, as well as peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and more.
Yeah, so we just started offering, just recently when I brought them to you, breakfast sandwiches, and there's croissants, there's biscuits, there's English muffins, and we'll swap out what's inside between, you know, bacon, and when we do sausage, it's usually a chicken or a turkey sausage to keep it healthy, right? And those have been super popular, so those sell all day long, and people have been enjoying them because, you know, you can take it on the go, right? You can heat it up, jump in the car and eat it while you're driving if that's your thing. The PB&J, just a great healthy snack. I mean, it's a low sugar item that still has your protein, and people love those as an alternative for snacking too.
All right, well, we're gonna get our snacking on in just a moment. Do the taste test.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Looking forward to it.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Welcome back. We are now about to taste some of the new items on the menu, Mike, and I'm so excited. Okay, where should we start? How about over here?
Yeah, this is the turkey burnt-end Cuban flatbread. So effectively, we make it like a sandwich. So it's a flatbread that we put on our burnt-end turkey, so it's a smoked turkey that we then add Swiss cheese and pickles and our epic sauce that we make, which is kind of like a sweet and smoky sauce as well. And then we gave you a side of our world famous mac and cheese there.
Healthy mac and cheese.
It is good stuff. It's whole grain pasta, low sodium queso, and then we add a little bit of peppers in there. It's not real spicy, but it just adds a little bit of something to it. The Cuban was something we had last summer as a special, and we kept getting people asking us, hey, is that gonna come back? And so we found a way to make it even healthier by using turkey, and then we've just added it to the menu full time. So,
so good. Okay, so that was really good.
Good.
What I love is that it kind of tastes like barbecue. I mean, just literally from the grill. It has the burnt ends, like you said, and that's really unique, the flavors of that sauce. Tell me what that sauce is again?
It's our epic sauce. And so we sort of describe it as almost like a blend of like mustard and barbecue and ketchup, and that's not the real recipe, but it's close. And you know, it's something we made that we really like. So our epic sauce, people come in and ask for that.
It's a nice tang to it. And then of course the mac and cheese is just so yummy with the queso and the peppers. Okay, let's move on to this one.
Yeah, so this is our Southwest bison wrap, and what that is our bison that is ground that we cook on the grill. And then it's got our queso, it's got our chipotle ranch, our corn and black bean mixture, tomatoes and lettuce, and a whole wheat wrap. And what I love about this is our bison, people really love the bison. You know, we chose bison because per ounce it's got more protein and more iron and less bad fats than ground beef.
Right.
And so it's better for you. And it just has a really good flavor. It's sort of like, I kind of describe it to people as like a ground sirloin, but even better. And so then, you know, we make a burger out of this, but we haven't had a wrap before. And so this was something we came up with that people are really gonna like. It's got over 50 grams of protein. And so, you know, if you're looking for, you know, how can I get more protein? This is one of the best ways here.
Yeah, so good.
And then you got a side of steamed broccoli with that, which is also a new side for us. So, which we season with our veggie seasoning.
Well, I do really enjoy the flavors of this bison and the texture. It is very soft and it feels like it will be filling. And then you feel a little better getting a burger in a wrap instead of the bun.
It's a healthier choice. So again, low fat and you know, high in protein and iron, all this good stuff. So
love that. Okay, so well, we're doing an opposite combo. So we have a bun here, but we have a black bean burger, right?
We decided to try something vegetarian. So we've had a black bean burger on the menu for some time, but this is actually a new burger style that's a barbecue Swiss. So it's lettuce, tomato, pickles. We've got grilled red onions, Swiss cheese, and then we've got a no sugar added barbecue. So on a potato bun, and it's been really popular in the last couple days since we launched this new menu. So I think people are going to enjoy it. And then we gave you a side of our sweet potato fries. Again, we don't cook with oil, so this is something that we're actually baking in the oven.
And so people can actually get this combination many different ways, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for your protein on this, you can get a turkey burger, which is what I had for lunch today, or you can do bison, or you can do salmon. We actually have a wild-caught salmon fillet that you can get. And so those are all alternatives, and you know, people enjoy trying different things. Yeah.
Well, and I'm also washing all of this down with these delicious, I wouldn't say juice, what is this called?
No, that's a great question. So this is a new product that we recently launched as well, and these are called our lifestyle waters. And we've got 4 flavors. We've got 2 for you here to try today. One is watermelon, one is kiwi strawberry. So these have no sugar. So they're 0 calories, they're sweetened naturally, and they have an immunity blend that helps boost your immunity. So it's a good little refreshing beverage, especially in the summer when it's hot. And again, you're not loading your body with you know, unnecessary sugars.
Yes, and it'll probably keep you really hydrated.
Yeah, for sure.
Since the base is water. Yeah, this was a strawberry kiwi, really good. The watermelon. I think my favorite is the strawberry kiwi.
You like that one? I do too.
Yes.
I think it's really good, yeah.
Yes.
And it's not too sweet. So I'm not a sweet drink guy, and so for me, I really like these,
Yeah. Okay, so now it's time for me to choose Jessica's favorite pick. Ooh, it's so hard because they're so yummy, but I think I'm going to go with this bison wrap.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've never actually had beef in a wrap in this way.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be so filling. And that's a whole grain wrap, isn't it?
It's
or whole wheat?
Whole wheat, and it's, you know, again, over 50 grams of protein, so, you know, healthy choice.
Awesome. So if people want to learn more about Clean Eatz, see all of the options, and probably sign up for a meal plan, where should they go?
They can go to cleaneatz.com, and that's spelled EATZ, or they can come in. We're at 4916 Illinois Road. We're open 7 days a week.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Mike. It was good to see you.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
And if you would like more information about Clean Eatz, we'll be sure to have their website listed below. Come on in and give these a try and let me know what you think. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Clean Eatz.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Money Monday, where we give you holistic financial advice to help you out through retirement. And joining me today is Caleb Doan, the Vice President of Foster Financial. Good morning, Caleb.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well also. Okay, so we are going to talk about interest rates and how to lock them in. So I'm sure there's a whole method behind it. So first, tell me, why is it important to find the best interest rate?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of the kind of news that you'll hear about the economy recently is all surrounding interest rates.
Yeah.
Because they just have a lot of impact across, businesses, people taking loans, people getting interest on their CDs and stuff like that. So it's a pretty broad impact. And whether you sort of benefit from interest rates being high or low really depends on whether you're the one receiving the interest or whether you're the one paying the interest, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of younger folks who, if they're looking for a home, obviously they want interest rates to be low because they're going to be paying the mortgage for the next 15 or 30 years. Yeah. A lot of the clients that we work with, they're in retirement, they probably have their home paid off, and they're the ones who are investing in money markets or CDs or bonds. And so they're really benefiting from interest rates being higher right now.
Yeah.
And so there might need to be some action taken if interest rates are going to come down.
Okay, so just as you look at this year and really understanding the patterns, how do you think interest rates will perform over the next year?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, they were talking about a bunch of interest rate cuts over 2024.
Yeah.
We never really anticipated that was going to happen. We kind of, thought that inflation was going to be a little more difficult to bring down,
right,
which it has been. So now they're talking about maybe one or two rate cuts throughout the rest of the year here. And I certainly think it's likely that over the next 12 months, if interest rates move, they're probably going to move in the downward direction.
Okay.
And so for people out there, if they have a lot of money in like a money market account at their bank, they're used to getting, over the past 6 months or a year, they've been getting 5%, 4.5% interest on that. And that's been a great place for people to park their money.
Right.
But now that's changing. That's as soon as interest rates go down, banks are going to be the first ones to stop paying out that interest because obviously if they can't earn that interest, they're not going to be paying it out.
And so when you say when the interest rates go down, so is this only in mortgages or what other ways do interest rates impact our viewers?
Yeah, great question. So when the Fed lowers interest rates, they're lowering the Fed rate, which has impacts across everything else. So it impacts Treasury bonds, what the government is selling. It impacts mortgage rates. It impacts CDs. Basically, every interest rate in the economy is changed if the Fed were to lower their interest rates. So if mortgage rates go down, so are CD rates, so are Treasury rates. Everything is going to move.
And that applies to auto loans and just loans across the board, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so people, it will impact them if this happens in a good way. If you are needing to purchase a car or a home, but you're saying that it will impact you in a negative way if you are making dividends.
Yeah. If you're getting the interest payments off, a CD that you have at the bank, when you go to renew that, they're probably not going to offer as high of an interest rate. And so one of the things we can look at is, all right, how can we lock in that interest rate while they're high so that you get that high interest rate for the next few years?
Okay.
And there's a lot of different options, and it kind of depends on the individual situation with what we do. But just today, I looked at interest rates for MIGAs, which is a multi-year guaranteed annuity.
Okay.
It acts similar to a CD, but it's from an insurance company and kind of has some differences there. But it was over 5.8% for 5 years.
Okay.
So you'd get to lock that in. So if people right now, if somebody's out there, and we'll have a lot of clients like this, that they have $100,000 that they just leave in cash in a money market account, and that's kind of their emergency fund or just excess fund that they have. Putting a portion of that into a MIGA that locks in that interest rate for a longer period of time can be a really good option.
And so even something like that, is that a large investment that someone has to do? Do you have to lock down a certain amount? So are people really gravitating towards those types of options?
Yeah, it depends on the insurance company. You know, some of them have minimums that you have to invest. A lot of times they might reward you for investing a little bit more. They give you a slightly higher interest rate. But a lot of times these MIGAs can be purchased with $1,000. Same with CDs, can be $1,000 or more. We can put funds into it. So if people out there have CDs that are coming due within the next 6 months, the banks want to hang on to that
Right.
money, and so a lot of times they'll offer you some sort of an interest rate. They'll say, "Hey, I'll give you 4% for the next 6 months or whatever it is." But the thing you have to think about is what's going to be the interest rate when it comes due in 6 months.
Yes.
That's kind
Okay.
of the reinvestment risk that we talk about. So locking it in now for a longer period of time can end up benefiting, especially retirees.
Okay. Well, I know that there are so many different options that people can lock in.
Yeah.
But you have the information and the knowledge, so that's why people need to come and see you and have this conversation. I know you will be tracking the interest rates closely, and you'll be telling us when they change. So
Yeah.
thank you for your information.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you would like more information about Foster Financial, we'll have their website and phone number listed below. Contact them for a complimentary consultation. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading that WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. Success only comes to those who dare to attempt. So dare to attempt this week and make it a great one. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.